One of the most exclusive roadsters in the world is created from inventiveness, enthusiasm, and expertise. The Roding Roadster. Roding, about 130 kilometers east of Nuremberg. Here, the Roadster with the same name is produced in small series. Barely 13 vehicles leave these halls by the end of 2013. At the beginning of 2014, the 14th is built. The idea to develop a car for the company's founder is not always a priority. In their study, the four work together in the racing series Formula Student. Günther Riedel is one of them.
My three
colleagues and I already got to know each other during our studies and then maintained contact while we were in professional life. And during the entire Formula Student project, the thought was with us to establish a company.
The idea to build a car only came in 2007 from Stefan Kulzer, CEO of Stange & Kulzer Group in Roding.
Yes, of course we had thoughts about that we didn't have our own product. How could we develop a product optimally? Since we do a lot with the auto industry, motorsports, racing, Formula One, it is of course obvious that we would go in this direction, and the Formula Student, we got to know that people were very innovative. And innovation fits naturally with Stangl & Company, and thus the way was very short there. And we said, okay, we will build a modern, innovative car.
At the 2009 IAA, the jointly developed Roding concept study was presented. The design polarized, but the special light manufacturing concept awakened a specialist interest with the public. The reactions are crucial to adapt technology and design. The result is the production car.
Of
course, for an enthusiast in the field of automotive engineering, it is a one-time opportunity that was offered here. The fact that we developed our own vehicle, it makes you, of course, proud somewhere. On the other hand, there's a new challenge every day, and that makes it all the more exciting, interesting, tiring, but it has pretty much everything you really want.
Was man sich eigentlich wünscht.
The design was developed in collaboration with a Munich-based design office in about 2 months. Exciting, but exciting enough to inspire potential buyers? In 2011, the Roding Roadster is finished. Special feature: the high use of carbon. The car is extremely light. The technicians also reduce the interior to only what is necessary for driving. Everything is made with lightweight construction. Additional equipment brings weight and is therefore scarce. Only sport seats are standard. In the front, there is storage space. The complete chassis and the individual carbon parts for the vehicle were created by hand directly by Roding Automobile. The production of raw components can take up to 5 days. Only 10 persons are employed in the production of parts. The complex processes and exclusivity justify perhaps the very high base price of almost 200,000 euros. Incidentally, a Roding Roadster is only built upon order. Only one mechanic is responsible for the construction of a vehicle. Approximately 5 employees build a car from pre to final assembly. Within about 2 to 3 months, there's a new Roding on the road. The emphasis in the development of the vehicle, concentration on the essentials, the driving pleasure, a stark reduction of weight to bring the desired effect. The passenger cell made of carbon weighs only 75 kilograms, the entire car only 950. At the rear, however, a well-known BMW heart beats. Its comparatively low power compensates for the weight, so the power-to-weight ratio is only 2.98 kilograms per horsepower.
In principle,
we decided on the 6-cylinder turbo engine, firstly because this is a very modern engine, on the other hand because it is made of lightweight structural aspects of the right compromise between performance and weight.
Here are the performance data of the Roding Roadster. The engine is placed horizontally in front as opposed to the BMW, where it is placed vertically at the back. The engine can be heard all the better when the coupe changes into a convertible.
The really impressive thing is then when you feel how much the weight actually affects driving performance. Especially if you are driving directly in comparison to other vehicles, then you realize really only what it means when you have to haul 200, 300 or 400 kilos less, and the weight does not have to be accelerated or slowed down, which means you can press the throttle sooner, brake later, you have much higher cornering speeds.
After 3 months of work, 230,000 euros drive off the hydraulic lift. Price at Roding, by the way, has no upper limit, dependent on the equipment. With number 14, only one part is missing, the spoiler. Even if other small-scale manufacturers have not managed success themselves with much cheaper vehicles, the managing director of Roding Automobiles looks confidently into the future. Their goal? To sell 10 to 20 vehicles per year.
But before the Roadster enters the market, it will have to demonstrate and show that it's worth the high price.